Now, I want to bring in two nurses here. Nancy Fried, she's been here for 16 years at Mount Sinai, and Eden, who has been here for 25 years. They're both colleagues. They work here at Mount Sinai. Ladies, how are you feeling? I mean, you've both been through this already before. 3 years ago, as you guys can recall, you went on strike. It lasted 3 days. Any knowledge of how long this one will last?
Well, nobody can really say how long it will last, but it's believed that it's going to be maybe possibly about a week. Hopefully it won't be that long, but we are willing to strike as long as it takes to fight for our nurses' rights and for patient safety.
Okay, so is this about money, about your salaries? Is this more than just money?
Yeah, this is definitely not about our wages. It's really to fight for patient safety and to ensure a proper nurse-patient ratio because the hospital won't meet the demands for fewer patients per nurse, which is causing nurse burnout, understaffing, and it's compromising patient care.
Okay, so what's different? What's the difference between 3 years ago when you guys went on strike and now that you're on strike?
Because the last time we went on strike, it was also about the same issues, but the negotiations were met at the table and they were given to nurses in regards to proper patient and nurse ratios. But now with this contract that expired, they want to take back everything that they had initially given to us, and that's why the nurses are back on the picket line to really fight for patient safety once again.
So I want to talk to you. 25 years. You've been here for 25 years, and we were having this discussion before we went on the air, how you said things were so different back then. How so?
I think back at that time when I started, we had more support and more resource was available, and we had more time to devote to patient care. Now I found out that we have a lot of documentation to do, fewer moments to spend time with the patients, and the support in terms of resource is just not available. And
so you came off your shift at 6 o'clock this morning. So you worked last night.
I worked last night.
Tell us, our viewers, we want to know, what is the mood inside and what are your patients saying? Because really there's you ladies, right? You and all the other nurses, the thousands of nurses, the management, and in the middle, you have the patients.
Last night, the mood was very somber. Many of my patients are afraid. They said, who is going to take care of us when you leave? And I tried to explain to them that the hospital has provided support, and they said that they agree with what's happening, and then they're hoping that everything works out well for us. But I think it was just a very somber moment.
What are they afraid of? Because I guess the communication, and you know your patients best, right? Because you've been with them since they've been admitted to the hospital. What are they afraid of? Because we know, for example, Mount Sinai has hired about 1,000 nurses, outside nurses, to come in.
When I spoke with some of my patients, they were concerned, are these nurses trained to take care of them?
Are they?
I assume they are, because they're qualified nurses, I assume. But then again, we don't know.
Right.
Yeah, we don't know. We're just hoping for the best and hoping that this strike doesn't last long, and then we can go back to doing what we love to do, which is taking care of patients and having more support, especially from management. And we also want resource nurses, so that when we're on break, we don't have to cover double our workload. And patient safety, because this is a very, very difficult job to do. A profession. It's very difficult. You have to enjoy doing it, and sometimes because of the situation, we don't want to do this anymore.
Listen, I have a sick relative, and I know when we're in and out of the hospital, I always thank the nurses because I know the work that you do. And there are some difficult patients out there, my family member included, that could be very difficult and sometimes even nasty towards the nurses. So we do appreciate the work that you do. I have to ask you, you were inside there before the strike went into effect. I'm assuming management is inside. What are they saying? Are they approaching you separately? Are they trying to have you, come some type of agreement with your union? What are they saying?
Well, what we were told is that if we want to come back, we're welcome to come back. we don't have to necessarily remain on strike, but we want to support our fellow coworkers and our colleagues, and that's why we're striking.
Will you be out here tomorrow again?
I will be out here tomorrow, and I'll be out here the next day and the next day if I have to.
Do you think management is listening? Do you think that they are nervous?
No, they are nervous. They are very, very nervous because they're dealing with nurses that are not familiar with the unit. And that's another challenge that they have. So I'm sure they're nervous.
Right now, no disruptions in the hospital that you heard of, where they're
No.
transferring patients, none of that.
No, it was,
Not at all.
a smooth transition this morning.
Okay, well that's good to hear for the
it was
patients,
smooth.
right?
Yes,
That's really
yes.
Because at the end, patient safety is always first.
Yeah, it's always patient safety is our number one priority as a nurse, taking care of these patients in this hospital.
Ladies, thank you so much. I wish you guys all the best. You guys can go right ahead and join your colleagues. Thank you for joining us. And Dan, as you heard, both of them, they're veterans here at Mount Sinai, 25 years, 16 years, going on 17 years. And you got a picture of what is happening inside the hospital as well, as this is all unfolding out here, not just at Mount Sinai, but also other hospitals across the city.
All right, Jessica, very good points there.